Two more facing prison time in D3adly San Antonio-based opioid pill mill. Former U.S. military interpreter Ala Mohammed Alawi pleaded guilty in June to drug charges as ringleader of a national opioid trafficking operation based in San Antonio. One of his suppliers, two members of a San Antonio ring that distributed more than $14 million in synthetic opioid pills around the country, are about to learn their fate. Fernando Califa Padilla Becerra, one of the ring's suppliers, is facing up to 24 years in federal prison at his sentencing today, while Jason Ray Salcedo, one of several distributors used by the San Antonio-based ringleader, has agreed to plead guilty at a separate hearing this week in San Antonio's federal court. The case grew out of an influx of hydroponic marijuana and prescription medication being distributed at the University of Texas at San Antonio campus and student housing, and mushroomed into one of several investigations of illegal fentanyl distribution on the dark web, the black market on the internet, according to the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration. Through a series of seizures and local arrests, the San Antonio Police Department, UTSA Police, and the DEA identified the source of supply as Ala Mohammed Alawi, 30, a former interpreter in Iraq for U.S. military forces. He pleaded guilty, on expressnews.com. Court records said Alawi produced his own prescription tablets to replicate oxycodone, Adderall, and Xanax and laced them with fentanyl and methamphetamine, using substances and pill presses obtained from China. Of particular according to information made public recently, Alawi distributed the potentially deadly pills on college campuses and in a criminal underground marketplace that operated on the dark web, Alphabety, using at least 7 distributors that included Salcedo. Not only did Alawi use the dark net to distribute his pills and cocaine, but he also used the dark net to purchase his supplies, DEA agents wrote in a court affidavit. The document at the time of its operation, Alphabety was used to trade a range of illegal goods, including drugs, guns, stolen documents, and malware. Alawi's operation was just one of several selling fentanyl-laced pills on the dark web via the Tor network. By operating on expressnews.com. Documents from the San Antonio case show Alawi's ring made the pills using industrial pill presses at a home on Timberwolde Street on San Antonio's northwest side, but later moved the operation to suburban Houston after suspecting law enforcement got too close to discovering his lab in San Antonio. On the web, Alawi took virtual currency like Bitcoin as payment for the pills and used his network of distributors to ship them to buyers through the mail. Alawi, also, a review of the order history reveals a total sales profit of $14,323,092, the affidavit said. Guillermo Contreras covers federal courts in San Antonio and international legal issues. Read him on R.
Raindrop, drip, drop top, top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.